Well, that was a fun start. So Black Wolf, I hope you like the minis that you have. They're very interesting ones. For tonight's session, well, our workshop 1 and 2, there are a couple. Hey, we talked about this. Yeah, we just talked about this. You have a good collection going up, Black Wolf. All right, so exactly. Um, so we are going to be making characters that are level 18 using the standard array for starting scores. Feats are okay. Hit point progression is half plus 1 after first level. Now there are a couple exceptions. No Acquisitions Incorporated or Ghost of Saltmarsh backgrounds, nor Ravnica backgrounds. But the races are okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to... although D&D time races were not approved. Ma'am, you are in a perilous position. She's behind the camera in front of the monitor, snuffling around here. So I'm not going to turn on the D&D time races. But I am going to turn on the Ravnica races, Volo's Guide to Monsters, the Elemental Evil, the Player Companion, Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. Hi. And the, oh shoot, what did the TTP stand for? Why am I derping on that? Hey, because I already have Mordenkainen's, yeah, the Turtle package. Hey, stop it.
Oh, I love you. I love you, cat.
Hey. That is not necessary at all. Yep, the Turtles. That's right. So we could get a Turtle character. Now, we're already fixing the level. Background sources. I haven't added those other supplements yet, so we won't worry about that. But we will open up Tomb of Annihilation, not Ravnica, the Adventurers League Curse of Strahd, unless you say so otherwise, Lethality, the Adventurers League Elemental Evil, the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, Adventurers League Rage of Demons, and Curse of Strahd. Now, I have those... Okay, gotcha. All right. Then, for class and subclass, we are going to turn on Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica classes. Correct? Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide and Xanathar's Guide. And, of course, the Player's Handbook and the Dungeon Master's Guide. And that should be all. Now... Lethality, would you like me to roll on the balanced odds for the alignment, or do you want this to be to be more good and neutral, or a little bit more gritty, a little bit more evil? Because evil goes from 20 to 100 on this. Balance is fine, like a good mix. All right, very well. Well, if you're having trouble deciding, just roll that D6. 1, 2 is the first, 3, 4 is the second, 5 and 6 is the third. It is Ember, yes. Are you going to be on for a while, though, Ember? Because I would like to finish up this character first. We have our blank character sheet. That would be more along the lines of the Morg's distribution, Bubonic, where people tended to be more good or neutral. Okay, alright, thank you, Ember. I pulled some capsules before we really got going, and I can do so again after we finish here, but I want to make sure that we're getting through the workshop first. Which could be an hour or so. We'll see. We'll see. But still, thank you for stopping by and saying hi. Alright, so first up, with this character and the constraints that are here, we have the Blessings of Lethality Complex, who's going to be running this prompt. We rolled a 78, so we have a male character. And now the race that we're rolling. We have 31 different races to choose from, given all of the options that are opened up to us. I'm going to generate a 31-sided die, and let's find out. We rolled 13. We have a male Goliath. Goliaths are medium, though they are just bordering on large. Alright, there's no sub-races. A Goliath is a Goliath. We're going to roll another percentile to find out the alignment. 85. We have a neutral evil male Goliath. Who is going to be level 18. That's a fixed number on this. Now, I am going to roll and see if we replace any of the ability score improvements with feats. With a 66, it was getting up there, but nope. We are going all ability scores. Now, for the background of this character, given all of the sources available to us, we have 52 different backgrounds. And so, we roll. We rolled 45. A soldier. All right, so that's out of the player's handbook. And soldiers have a D8. There are 8 different types of soldier that can help refine what kind of a soldier you were in your background. So we're soldier number 7. I don't know what that means just yet, but we're going to find out soon. Now, while we're here, let's drop in the placeholders for our personality traits. That's 2d8, 5 and 3, and then 3d6 for an ideal bond and flaw. 4, 4, 1. So Old Port is assigning the characters here: morbidly obese Kraken Book Warlock Kobold, a drunken standard human Scofflaw with the saddest backstory I've ever penned, or a Kenku Bard Illusionist Psychic Focus. Those all seem very interesting, and it's cool that you're getting to play with the Humblewood content, Old Port. I hope you get to enjoy it. And also, from how it sounds, you broke the DM's curse. All right, so that was our background. We have our placeholders. Now, it is time for the class. Only summon with adaptation for a regular setting. Oh, okay. Whack Sparrow. Is it okay if I listen to your numbers and think about prime numbers and combinations? I don't see why not. It's your math. Do with your math as you will. I'm going to roll a d12, and this will decide which class that this character is going to be rocking. And after that, we'll determine the subclass. We rolled 12. We have a wizard. And what kind of wizard? Well, it seems that there are 10 different schools of magic. The kobold it is. I look forward to hearing a tabletop tale about that character, Old Port. We rolled a 7, illusion magic. All right. Wizard. Illusion. A wily wizard whose name is Willy. Maybe. Hey, when we get to that point to name the character. Now, there are no class features to worry about for the wizard. However, the height and weight we're going to modify on this spreadsheet by pulling down the list of races that exist here. Furbolgs are somewhat like Goliaths. They're big. All right, so here we go. These are the Goliath stats. I'm going to roll a percentile set to find out where in the life cycle he is. We rolled a 6. Oh, just barely a child prodigy. We have a young adult. So a young adult that has studied and has become this epic level wizard. This is going to be some intriguing storytelling. Hey, 12 for 10, welcome. A centaur character named Mr. I mean, it lends itself. And centaurs are in the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. All right, so we have a young adult, and for Goliaths, they physically mature in a young adult stage. This isn't their societal, their legal age of whatever. This is just their chronological, I have become a young adult at. 11 plus 1d6 years. 2. A 13-year-old epic level illusionist. Maybe that is all a part of the illusion. Is he even really a Goliath? Come down here. Young adult. 13. Now, the base height for a Goliath is 6'2", and we're going to add 2d10 inches to his height. We're going to give him another foot, 7'2". Now, we have a young adult, maybe hasn't really come into full maturity here. So if we were to back some, off here, let's take d4 inches back, and we'll see here. Okay, so 7'1" instead. We still have a little bit of room to grow, but he's definitely been drinking his milk. 7 feet, 1 inch tall. Now we're going to take that number that we rolled, which is actually going to be 11, and multiply it by 2d6. By 6. So we're adding 66 pounds, and his base weight is 266 pounds. That's not his gear. That's not any of that stuff. Black Wolf, you have to get going. All right, see you around tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow, Black Wolf. And I hope you have a good day. Hey, it's good to see you back, Bass. Or Bass. No, it was Bass per the music, if I recall correctly. Did the Aarakocra race height and weight table? I don't think there's one. There should be, but the Aarakocra, if you want to take a quick gander at it right here. I had 31, which mirrored one of your rolls of 13, 2 primes. I'm glad you're having fun with this, the numerology behind the story. Gander is a good word. All right, excellent. We have the outline for the character. Now, we have a bunch of placeholders, and that's fine, but from the mists of eternity, where any character is possible, we have now we've given an outline to this character. It's time to fill the character in. Let's provide the details. Let's give our character character. And to do that, start with the background. I love, love, love starting with the background of a character because it tells you who that character is. A Goliath is a Goliath. Nothing wrong with that. But a Goliath is a Goliath. We have a certain Goliath. A particular Goliath. And not even just a wizard Goliath, because there's all sorts of wizard Goliaths we can imagine. We have this one in particular. We're going to scroll alphabetically to S for soldier. Sailor, here we are. And let's find out more about this character and what led him to a life of adventure at such a young age. Yes, ganders are male. You have geese and ganders. There's that expression, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. All right, now, we are a soldier. In particular, we rolled number 7, a standard bearer. Now, that could make sense, especially if we were a child soldier. It's dangerous. There's not really... I mean, you are supposed to carry the heraldry, the flag into battle. You're not necessarily a prime target. No one's really going to be gunning for you because you're not a commander. You don't even really... You might carry a weapon, but you don't really even fight. You're there to present the colors. In this case, something might have happened, or... was drawn into something that was bigger than what he thought he'd be getting into. That's saying something, given his height. And of course, what led him down this path of illusion at such a young age? Let's find out more, huh? Our feature is military rank. You have a military rank from your career as a soldier. Soldiers loyal to your former military organization still recognize your authority and influence, and they defer to you if they are of a lower rank. You can invoke your rank or exert influence over other soldiers and requisition simple equipment or horses for temporary use. You can also usually gain access to friendly military encampments and fortresses where your rank is recognized. Lethality, if you are still there, would you like me to write all of this out on the character sheet or simply make a reference? I ask because I want to make sure that, yes, someone is going to be given this character to pilot, but, you know, would they have this information in front of them to know? And would you rather it be on the character sheet or a reference, or do you want me to make references and then I can make a... Synchronicity 3, thank you very much for the follow. Or would you like me to make a, like a side sheet? Reference is fine for the player's handbook? Okay. Now, I don't know what rank this soldier is. I may very well, if you're a standard bearer, it could have been just a private. This is something, you know, there is officer, and of course that could mean a lot of different things. So, unless you tell me otherwise, this is just, you're showing that you were in an outfit. That you swatted a falling bit because you thought it was... Well, I mean, that sort of stuff. Like, if you've ever been tricked, like, oh, there's a little spider on my screen or something. Also, is the spreadsheet available? A version of the spreadsheet is available on our Discord, but not the one that you see, PV. I'm back. I want to go back and watch your Wild Soul Barbarian vid from last week because that looks super interesting to me. But I want to be able to make it to stream that day. Oh, you weren't. Well, yeah, go back. It should be a VOD, and also it's up on YouTube as well. Phone's gonna die. All right. Hey, have a great night. Thank you for joining us, Wax Sparrow. And I hope you had fun with the numbers game. So we have someone who's in the military. Their rank is recognized in some fashion. Now, personality traits. Number 5 and number 3. I'm going to scoot this over so I can read this a little bit more clearly. Number 5 is... I can stare down a hellhound without flinching. We're bold. Okay. Hey, and if the prompt is darkness, then we might need some boldness. And personality trait number 3. I've lost too many friends, and I'm slow to make new ones. Alright, child soldier. Lost too many friends. Yeah, standard bearer, Old Port. So I'm thinking maybe a village or a town was attacked. As a kid, even, you know, years when he was 7, and was recruited by the enemy or allies or even a mercenary group, and has traveled with them since, and since that point has trained as a soldier and might be a part of this military organization, whether it is recognized by a kingdom or a republic, or it is just a mercenary outfit. You can be a mercenary soldier. And now your rank may not be recognized necessarily, unless it's maybe an allied kingdom or a kingdom that uses your services. Cold Spark, hello and welcome. And New Monica, howdy to you. The soldiers they led were illusions after... Yes, and so, Old Port, what if the standard then... the standard actually created illusory soldiers. And through contact with that, and by studying this magic as the standard bearer, that our character ended up learning about illusion magic. Now, you're a wizard, and you might say, oh, well, you have to go to school, you have to read books. Not necessarily. What if the standard itself was almost like a tapestry, and by reading the patterns in the tapestry, by understanding what is written, and by studying it and getting it in your mind to then project outwards, what if the spell book is actually the tapestry just folded in different ways? So if he needs to access it, he unfolds it and refolds it to learn his spells. Balloon tanks, yeah, Old Port. Mercenaries were respected soldiers. The term private actually comes from the medieval private soldier, which was a soldier hired by a lord rather than working for the state. Hated to say that, but depending on what kind of problems the enemy commander wanted to instill in his opponents, targeting easy targets was oftentimes a good thing. Problem is, this action could cause serious problems if you expected to lose. Killing soft targets tends to irk your enemy. And Bubonic, so with that, I think you're supporting the really good idea that is being brought up then with Old Port's suggestion, and even what Pneumonica offered with the term private, because Pneumonica is full of historical nuggets and these facts like this. What if we did have a mercenary group, is a private soldier in a mercenary group, and was the standard bearer and acted to buff the ranks, so to speak. In fact, if we start with a quarterstaff, the quarterstaff may very well be the bar upon which the standard could be raised. I said historical nuggets. All right, now what is our character's ideal? With honey mustard, oh sheeps, or ranch. Ranch is okay. Honey mustard's good though, or hot mustard even. All right, our ideal is number 4, might. In life as in war, the stronger force wins. And you know what? When perception is reality, and you look like you have 10,000 people on the battlefield when you only have 2,000, that is still might. It is psychological manipulation. Bubonic was talking about, you know, lowering morale and such. Homemade ranch only? Okay, I can respect that. I don't know if you count it, but, you know, even if it's store-bought ranch and you add some sriracha and you mix it so you get a little spicy ranch. And especially with our character's alignment being neutral evil, we have someone who wants to survive. Someone who is selfish. Hey, Ray Fry, welcome. Someone who is selfish. Doesn't mean that this person can't work on a team or in a military unit. Not at all. Though we have someone who certainly is willing to use tactics to trick people, to live, to survive, to win at any cost. Now, our bond. Bonds are very important because they do just that. They bond us to the world in which we're adventuring. As long as it's not Hidden Valley. I use generic store brand because that's what I do. Good barbecue sauce is probably better than the average mustard. Barbecue sauce on nuggets isn't bad. I don't always get it because, I don't know, barbecue sauces can vary a lot. You know, sweet or hot or smoky or all this. Hey, Donnie Sorrow, welcome. Good to see you. Oh, and Crawdaddy's Downtown has joined us. Welcome, welcome. Have a seat. Pull up a chair at a table. Everyone's coming in, yeah. Oh, Sheeps, are you getting people's orders here? Come on. Y'all make sure you tip Oh Sheeps really well. She's she's doing her best. I've never gotten ranch. Lived in the U.S. on or off for about 7 years now and never understood why. I'm scrambling. Oh no, Oh Sheeps. Oh Sheeps is now akin to our dear tumbled wench. Everyone's coming in, they're looking to tell a story and have a good time. Oh Sheeps wants to offer the best, friendliest service, and she has tripped oh my goodness. 40 oh my good. Oh, that 42 in your Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. That is a good number, absolutely, Crawdaddy. Ice melts. Oh, you're getting sass with your service. Maybe that's a part of the service. Look, if you come to a place called the Tumbled Wench, I mean... Alright, what is our bond? Number 4. I'll never forget the crushing defeat my company suffered, or the enemies who dealt it. Uh-oh. So, things might not be on the up and up. Maybe this illusion magic is necessary because numbers are down. Or, instead of saying the company, what if this was, I'll never forget the crushing defeat my village? You know, if we started off as a simple, you know, farmer's kid. That's the beauty of these prompts. We don't have to take them word for word. We can manipulate them a little bit. We can move one way or the next. We can use them in a way that still keeps everything cohesive, but in the spirit of the random number that we generated for it. Oh, Donnie, the minis arrived already to you. The Gith's legs were on backwards. Well, do Gith have forward knees normally? I'd have to double check on that. Which piece was that, Donnie? Was it the pre-painted Gith warrior? The Gith monk. Let's see. Well, whether it was daggers or... So you're saying that this was backwards, huh? With the fire in the hand. Oh, okay. Wow. Oh, jeez. You found their leader. Yeah, that's totally the leader of the Gith, because only one of their kind is born like that every 100 years. And so, things happen. My goodness, I didn't even notice that at all. It's the chosen one, exactly, O'Sheeps. Although, in all seriousness, Donnie, if you don't like that, because I didn't notice, I had no idea, I didn't even notice that, I'll replace that piece for you. He's going to be a Chaos Cult. All right, so you invented a story for it. All right, what... Now, what is our character's flaw? Our flaw is number 1. The monstrous enemy we faced in battle still leaves me quivering with fear. Now, this is interesting. Our flaw is that we have a monstrous enemy that gets us quivering and feel. Hey, Trustaflump, welcome. Welcome. And yet, we have a personality trait that says, I can stare down a hellhound without flinching. So you finally found a moment of peace, Trustaflump. Got all my business sorted out for D&D time's upcoming events. So many hellos. Hey, Diadems. How can we square this? How can we have someone who can stare down a hellhound without flinching, and the monstrous enemy we faced in battle leaves me quivering with fear? Well, if we take the personality trait of a hellhound, it could be quite literally a hellhound. It could be a devil or some sort of fiend. Fiends we're not afraid of. Maybe we're used to living amongst fiends or understanding them. For all we know, maybe our village were actually fiend worshippers or summoners. Now, the monstrous enemy we faced in battle, what if that's something else? Is the monstrous enemy a dragon? Some other species? To be singly afeared? What about simply the numbers game? You come from a small mountain village, and you're traveling with this mercenary group that took you in. Though that was nothing until your entire mercenary band joined an army that was larger by a factor of 10. What if the flaw in this case, then, is that you have sort of a military agoraphobia, being out in the vastness where thousands of people can just swarm over a hill in a matter of a minute and rush and destroy? Could be a fiend that other fiends hate, like a Sabriex. I can't say I've heard of that one, lethality. But yeah, it could be a particular kind of fiend then. Whether it is I can stare down. So yeah. Oh, this type I'm good with. This type, I'm not dealing with them. It could even be with it if you want to keep it fiends. I'm fine with devils. Demons? Yugoloths? Not getting anywhere near that. This could honestly... I can stare down an elf without flinching. And that might sound silly. Well, of course, who can't stare down an elf, especially when you're 7 foot tall something? The elf to the Goliath may very well be, a foreign presence, but one that doesn't, that otherwise, what if savage elves exist in this world? They actually have a bad reputation. And I'm not talking drow, I'm talking high elves. I can stare down a high elf without flinching. To us that might sound like an odd brag. However, in a world where high elves actually are very scary, You know what? My my headset died. Uno momento, por favor. And by the way, Hydrogen, I did see that you joined D&D time. You made a wise choice. I think you're going to have a ton of fun playing with them. Boop, 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 boop. That was my computer, not yours. Unless it was. What a timing event, though. Yeah, be super pumped for it. Absolutely, Hydrogen. All right, Donnie. Hey, when you go live, make sure you share your link on our Discord. And depending on when we finish up, if you're still going, maybe I can give you a host or a raid. You want to join next week, but you want to watch a week first before you do? And that's fine, Cold Spark. You'll have a ton of fun with them as well. All right, yep, we'll see you later, Donnie. Not doing D&D tonight. Oh, you're playing Monster Hunter. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You don't have to play D&D for me to raid you. I'm glad the minis arrived, despite the mystery of the one Gith. Shoe Connor Fallon, I don't believe are here yet. And for Donnie, Refry, and the others, real quick before you take off, as we've had the 3 prize goblins pulled, we've had 2 other pulls tonight. So after 18 more capsules, I will restock the prize goblins on whatever the next bring back up to 50 amount is. Yeah, it just got all sorts of turned around, huh? Alright, so this is our background. We now have a character. Doesn't matter if we don't have spells. Hey, Tesla, welcome. Doesn't matter if we don't have spells right now. We could imagine all kinds of spells that this wizard has. But we have the person who's casting the spells. Now, we need to discover just what in tarnation we are getting with our Goliath. And Goliaths, I believe, are in Volo's Guide to Monsters. Let me see if I'm correct. If I'm not, then, I mean, correct me. Nope, Goliath 108. I thought so. Oh, excellent, Tesla. Congrats on that. The Wild Soul Barbarian uses a separate table than the Wild Magic Surge from the PHB. It's like I've played D&D a couple times before. It uses a different table because it's more focused to help keep the Barbarian more damagey, assaulty than LOL Random Magic. Trustaflump, if you want to address that as well, you had some good insight into that. Now, for being a Goliath, we kind of look like Kratos in God of War here. Every Goliath has 3 names. A birth name assigned by the newborn's mother and father, a nickname assigned by the tribal chief, and a family or clan name. A birth name is up to 3 syllables long. Clan names are 5 syllables or more and end in a vowel. Now, I mean, if you don't want to stick with this, you don't have to. If this person was actually adopted into a mercenary unit, maybe they left that old world behind. But when you're making a Volo's Guide race, or a character using that race, there's a lot of good prompts, things to think about a culture, things to think about when you're designing your character. That's Kratos' cousin Kevin. Our strength score goes up by 2, and our constitution score increases by 1. We have size, we have speed, 30 feet. We are a natural athlete. We have proficiency in the athletics skill. Now, we also have Stone's Endurance. You can focus yourself to occasionally shrug off injury. When you take damage, you can use your reaction to roll a d12. Add your Constitution modifier to the number rolled and reduce the damage by that total. After you use this trait, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. Now, per Lethality's request, I'm going to write this out because this isn't a player's handbook. So we have Stone's Endurance. You can focus yourself to... Actually, if I leave the fluff out here. Once per long rest, or actually once per short or long rest, when you take damage, you can use your reaction to roll a d12 plus con mod to reduce the damage by that total. We have Powerful Build. You count as one size larger when determining your carrying capacity and the weight you can push, pull, drag, or lift. And we can actually come down here for things like carrying capacity and calculate that. We are mountain-born. You are acclimated to high altitude, including elevations above 20,000 feet. You're also naturally adapted to cold climates, as described in Chapter 5 of the Dungeon Master's Guide. Mountain-born. You're acclimated to high altitude, including elevations above 20,000 feet. You're also naturally adapted to cold climates, as described in Chapter 5 of the DMG. And our languages, you can speak, read, and write Common and Giant.
All right.
Hey, welcome Tank Girl and all the Tank Girlings. Welcome, welcome. Your session was Insanity Incarnate. My goodness. Welcome, Raiders. I'm glad that you had a lot of fun together. That's the whole point. That's how you win Dungeons and Dragons. That's the secret. They don't tell you that. That's how you win D&D. And hello, Paisy. Sorry, I didn't see you sneaking in here. All right, Bubonic, if you got to go, then rest up well. I hope you get that business taken care of. Excellent. Thank you very much, everyone, for raiding. Let me give you a little bit of thank you and Maddie Morg's love back to you. We're making a Goliath character, and we're making this random character and the 3 others we're going to make this week are going to be used on another channel for the Gathering of Nerds, who run a weekly one-shot. And I asked, hey, can I make some characters for you all to use, and I was very honored to have them say, yeah, please. All right. Now we're going back toward the player's handbook, as we have a wizard. A level 18 wizard at that. At level 18, our proficiency bonus is going to be a +6. We're going to know 5 cantrips. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Our spell slots: 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1. 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1, and 1. There we go. We are a D6 hit die class, and it so happens we have 18 of them because, lo and behold, we're a level 18 character. Funny how that works. Yeah, I love the imagination, especially because there's really... I mean, a Goliath wizard, that's nonsense. Who would ever make that? That's not optimized. That's not Goliath's wizards. Come on. And yet here we are having fun imagining the history of this character. The decision... Hey, stop that. Ma'am. Ma'am. You gotta settle down. I didn't give you catnip or anything. So you just gotta let this go, okay? But yes, Paisley, I agree. Our weapon proficiencies: daggers, darts, slings, quarterstaffs, and light crossbows. No armor proficiencies. No tool proficiencies. Oh, wait, hang on. I got so caught up in the personality of the background, I forgot some of the mechanical stuff as well. Shit, I'm so excited on making this character. How dare I? How dare I? I mean, we're not going to get any tools from there. From Soldier, though, we are going to get some tool proficiencies. Our saving throws are Intelligence and Wisdom. And then we're going to get to choose 2 skills from Arcana, History, Insight, Investigation, Medicine, and Religion. Well, let's see. I can stare down a hellhound without flinching. That might be reading intent. I'm slow to make new friends. Again, we're suspicious. Maybe because we are evaluating people around us. Might. In life as in war, the stronger force wins. I'll never forget the crushing defeat my company suffered, or the enemies who dealt it. Probably history. And the monstrous enemy we faced in battle still leaves me quivering with fear. So we have someone who certainly learned stories and has lived through a part of his own. Investigation could be useful for looking at a battlefield and trying to figure out where should I deploy forces, illusions, or both illusionary forces. A part of me also would like to give this character proficiency in medicine. being a soldier, you would have picked up some first aid and such along the way. However, and I was talking about this last week, medicine is commonly attributed to physical health. However, medicine could very well be psychological health, right? Psychologists and psychiatrists are doctors too. If we have studied the mind and how to trick it, or to help people overcome their fears, I dare say that, of course, the physical medicine, first aid and such would be handy. Though I think knowing how the mind works in a medicinal fashion would be extra interesting for this character. Now, if any of you out there are like, you're whacked out of your gourd, no pun intended, and you should totally go back to investigation or something along those lines, then sure, I have no problem doing so. Though that's my thinking, is that this character can use medicine in a psychological standpoint or an emotional standpoint to sell the illusion. Even if it's to just calm someone down that's a friendly unit, let alone trying to psych out the opponents. Now, I'm going to take a quick back step because I was so excited in creating this character that I forgot to throw in a couple things here that he gets from his soldier background. Here we go. We get athletics and intimidation. Now, lethality, are you still out there, my friend? Things like medicine, deception, and investigation could come together as a wizard in a dark place, distrustful of the world after coming home from fantasy Vietnam. Yeah. I agree, Paisy. All right, now lethality. We have encountered a situation where we are getting athletics from being a soldier and athletics from being a Goliath. Now, how do you rule at your table since this is a character that'll be running for you? Do they get a proficiency in something else? Do they get double proficiency? Are they an expert in athletics? How would you rule that? How would you rule this happens, or what happens in this instance? While you're doing that, we're going to get a proficiency in one type of gaming set and land vehicles. I roll as expertise, and if a triple case happens, then expertise and proficiency in something else. Got it. So we are an expert in athletics. Now, I'm going to take a quick look at the games that are available. I'm going to go to Chapter 5 Equipment. 1, 2, 3... There are 4 standard ones. So unless lethality, you have like a custom game in your world that a soldier like this would be good at playing or would want to play. Rolling a 4, we would be good at dragon chess. So hey, dragon chess is like 3D chess. So we're going to be examining things. We're going to try and understand battlefields and manipulations. Oh, couple last things. Sailor, soldier. For the equipment, we're going to get an insignia of rank. Now, a trophy taken from a fallen enemy. Unless you say otherwise, lethality, I'm going to count that as a trinket. And a trinket could tell a story all of its own. But unless you want it to be something in particular, we're going to say that this is a trophy, which is trinket number, and then we'll roll that randomly. A set of dice or a deck of cards, so I guess we'll call this a dragon chess set. A set of common clothes, and 10 gold pieces. The trinket that we have is number 17. We're going to go back to equipment. And the trophy would be a glass orb filled with moving smoke. And let's put that under allies and organizations, character backstory. So we're going to put a glass orb filled with moving smoke. What if that is somehow related? Maybe that's maybe all the monsters in the world actually make us scared. We may be a child soldier. We're 13. We've definitely seen some stuff. Maybe, however, this glass orb that we took from the battlefield is something that can help us to calm down. What if it holds a fiend that on that day was captured? Or it reminds us that even the most devastating enemies can be defeated. What if that is actually our spellcasting implement as an illusionist? What if all of our illusions take place, like they sort of form out of smoke that emanates from this orb that we found on the battlefield, or was given to us by our commander to help us bring forth the images from the tapestry that we carry into combat? There's so much that you can do regarding this. No, I still have 7 remaining, Trust of Flump, from when you bit in and took a chunk out with number 5. All right, let's see. Equipment. We said that the staff that this person could carry would be a quarterstaff. And that we can use an arcane focus. So this is actually also going to be our arcane focus. A scholar's pack or an explorer's pack. We have someone who travels the lands, understands history, and as an illusionist, probably someone who even draws, has some artistic talent. I would say in this case, a scholar's pack. Hi, can I help you? Meow. I agree. And lastly but not leastly, of course, we have a spell book. However, it's actually the tapestry, or the banner. The military banner that we carried. That has the images, that has the things that we need to bring to the battlefield as an illusionist. Man, put that away. That ain't free. Smoke as a catalyst is interesting. I'm immediately thinking the fog from Silent Hill, captured and used to power unnatural arts. I like it, Paisy. Illusionists don't have to be colorful-looking clowns. They can be dark and spooky. They can be haunted people. You know, maybe the illusions... if you're familiar, did any of you play Magic the Gathering during the Odyssey block? There was an entire type of magic called dementia casting. And that is exactly what that was, Paisy. Alright, we're going to come back to spells because... I think there's a couple spells that we can manually, give to this character. But what I'd like to do, because we are making a random character, I would like to randomly determine spells in the spell book. So, of course, this is not going to be an optimal illusionist or an optimal wizard, per se. I think we can pick some illusion spells to make sure that there's, it's being backed up. Well, this wizard may very well not have Fireball, which is a bread and butter spell. May not have Magic Missile, which is a bread and butter spell. So, of course, we get spell casting and rituals. We get Arcane Recovery, and as this is in the player's handbook, I was told that I don't have to write this out. We are going to get our Arcane Tradition. That's going to be our archetype, and we'll fill that in just a little bit. However, at 18th level, and we're making an 18th level character, we get Spell Mastery. At 18th level, you have achieved such mastery over certain spells that you can cast them at will. Choose a first level wizard spell and a second level wizard spell that are in your spell book. You can cast those spells at their lowest level without expending a spell slot when you have them prepared. If you want to cast either spell at a higher level, you must expend a spell slot as normal. By spending 8 hours in study, you can exchange one or both of the spells you choose for different spells of the same levels. Now, for purposes of a one-shot, we're going to choose whichever ones that you're going to get. But we're not quite high enough for the signature spells. What can you do? Rather than picking illusion spells, we could still randomly roll them, roll a 5, and pick the 5th illusion. That might be... I'll think about it. We'll see, Paisy. Alright, we are an illusion savant. Not that we have to budget things out for a one-shot, but, we're good at illusion spells. We get improved minor illusion. When you cast your minor illusion, you can create both a sound and an image with a single casting. Improved minor illusion. And so here we have IML for minor illusion. And that's where we're getting this cantrip. Next up, at 6th level, we get malleable illusions. Starting at 6th level, when you cast an illusion spell that has a duration of 1 minute or longer, you can use your action to change the nature of that illusion, using the spell's normal parameters for the illusion, provided that you can see the illusion. We also get Illusory Self. Beginning at 10th level, you can create an illusory duplicate of yourself as an instant, almost instinctual reaction to danger. When a creature makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to interpose the illusory duplicate between the attacker and yourself. The attack automatically misses you, and the illusion dissipates. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. So again, I'm providing a reference to that because it's in the player's handbook. But I will put once per short or long rest. At 14th level, We have illusory reality. And you can see it on the document. Hopefully you don't mind that you can't see it on the PDF. Illusory reality. By 14th level, you have learned the secret of weaving shadow magic into your illusions to give them a semi-reality. When you cast an illusion spell of first level or higher, you can choose one inanimate, non-magical object that is part of the illusion and make that object real. You can do this on your turn as a bonus action while the spell is ongoing. Textbook apologist. Well, you don't need to apologize. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome aboard. The object remains real for 1 minute. For example, you can create an illusion of a bridge over a chasm and then make it real long enough for your allies to cross. In a military environment, that's what we're looking for. The object can't deal damage or otherwise directly harm someone. Excellent. We have our background. We have our racial features. We have our class and our subclass. Or our archetype, whatever you want to call it. Now, with all of this, we have a character. Sure, we don't have numbers. And you know what? We're going to get to that soon. Yes, we randomly rolled into a soldier, a standard bearer soldier, Goliath illusionist wizard. Make an illusory bed, trick someone into it. The bed drops out from under them. See, and look, do antics like that not take... Look, if you're a 13-year-old kid, you, especially in a military unit where people are probably, you know, rather earthy folk, do you think that something like that wouldn't happen? Hmm? You know, we got someone coming of age, you know, becoming an adult Goliath, is in a military unit, and if you don't think illusions are going to be used to, yeah, like a salute your shorts kind of a thing. And so textbook, this is exactly why we do random character generation, because this is something maybe people wouldn't think of making, and yet here we are doing it and having a blast doing so. All right, now, as instructed, we are using the standard array of starting ability scores. Hey. Yeah, I'm talking to you. What even is this? What are you getting into? I'm just bapping at some paper, I guess. Oh my goodness. Well, what if this Goliath is actually great at hitting stuff? We have someone with military training. Nisa is a rebellious child. Yes, she is. And so what if we did this? What if we did 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8. Well, they're actually employing illusions by being in the military. As we were making the character and we're creating a story, why would a character like this exist? And this is also why we start with the background of the character before anything else, textbook. This person, especially being 13 years old, had their village raided or destroyed, ended up being saved or taken in by a mercenary group. And for the past, 6-7 years, has been raised in the military group, given this job to be a standard bearer. And of course, you know, bearing the colors of the company. The banner has a history. The banner shows the past results of things, tactics. And so the banner is actually the textbook. And this character was taught to read the banner as such. Because in war, you know, when perception is reality, In war, you want it to look like there are thousands more people on your side than there actually are. Oh, and trust a flump, when it said you can make a bridge for your allies, exactly. You can make a bridge that your unit can cross, and then it goes away. And it just up and vanishes, leaving no evidence behind to be tracked. And so it's a bit of a tragic character. Someone though who's learned to live in a cruel world, right? By being neutral evil, we have someone who's selfish. He looks out for himself. He certainly, operates in the unit. Maybe though, as an illusionist, they put him out as a distraction. So he's not always working with people. He certainly gets along with people, not to be kicked out of the unit or something. But this person can be sent out to create a distraction. To create, it's a flanking maneuver, and then they have to divert their forces into this smoky fog people that are emerging from the forest. Meanwhile, the other unit, like the pure fighting unit, goes in there. And by being both the Goliath and having that illusory self, you actually have survivability. And I am very comfortable with giving him a low dex score because of that. I definitely think we can get away with a low dex person here. Now, if we do this, our constitution goes to a 14. Our strength goes to a 16. And we get an ASI at 4, 8, 12, and 16. We have 8 points to play with. And I'm going to show you something fun here. If we want to max out intelligence, which maybe we do, maybe. Though I dare say, putting some in wisdom would also help. But if we brought the intelligence up to an 18, all right, so we have 3. Whoops, and 18. We have 5 points left. If you're ever facing a point in time where you have 1 extra point floating, I can suggest putting it in your strength score. Because your strength score... Whoa, Rogue Infinity! It is great to see you. Welcome, welcome. You know you're always welcome here. Thank you very much, Rogue. Your strength score has mechanical benefits. And on top of that, because we're a Goliath, we get extra benefits from that improved strength score because of powerful build. The amount that we can push, pull, carry, drag, lift, whatever, squat, flex, whatever, is increased as if we were a large creature. So we're getting double duty out of this floating strength. We're getting extra mechanical benefits from it. And now we've used 4 of our 8 points. And looking down here, I can stare down a hellhound without flinching. I've lost too many friends. I'm slow to make new ones. I'll never forget the crushing defeat my company suffered, or the enemies who dealt it. The monstrous enemy we faced in battle still leaves me quivering with fear. A lot of this points to a strong will. We already have a strong intelligence. I want to say we can bring our wisdom up to a 16 in this case, with our remaining 4 points. Rogue, we're having an awesome time tonight. Thank you very much for asking. I hope you've been well. Have you still been doing Devil May Cry runs, or what have you been up to lately? Now, what this is going to do, this is going to give us a +3 strength, -1 dex. Ooh, blood orange tea. That sounds tasty. 2 con, 4 int, 3 wisdom, and 0 charisma. However, that intimidation's still going to get a good boost. especially because we have illusion magic to make us extra scary. Not only then do we have proficiency, we might even be able to, if this was our character, if we had an illusion, that might allow, or that might convince lethality to give us advantage on an intimidation if we had the proper illusion out. And now, boop-a-da-boo, we're no longer a stack of numbers. There we go, everyone. We have a 3 strength saving throw for a wizard. That's really good. Athletics, we have expertise in it. So we actually have 15 athletics as a wizard, everyone. And you know what? Our dex is -1, and that's probably because we got that old shoulder injury, or our knee. You know, we took that arrow to a knee, so we're not as flexible. Even though we're 13, we're not as flexible as we could be otherwise. You know, we're a little slow in that regard, but that's because we're the ones who are used to maybe initiating or using illusion magic to supplement our injury. Constitution save is 2. Man, for a wizard, this is excellent. We will hopefully be having great concentration. Intelligence saving throw is a 10. Our knowledge of history is a 10. Everything else is a 4. That's solid. Wisdom is a 9 and a 9. 3, 3, 3, and 3. Charisma zeros down the line, except for intimidation, which is 6. Our passive perception is 13 because that's 10 plus our perception modifier. Our armor class is 9. We do not have armor training of any kind, and our dexterity makes us a little slow to react. Such is how it is. Initiative is going to be a -1, and we have 0 dark vision. If we're attacking with our quarterstaff, we're attacking at a +9, and that is going to be 1d6 plus 3 bludgeoning. However, it is a 1d8 versatile if we use both hands. Cantrips, we're going to get to. If we're attacking with our spells, we have a +10 to hit with our spells, and to resist their effects is an 18. That's pretty darn good. Hit points. At level 1, we get our full 6 hit points from our hit die. Now for the remaining 17 levels of our 18, we get half +1 of our hit die. So half of 6 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Then for all of our levels, all 18 of them, we get bonus hit points equal to our Constitution modifier. So this is going to become a 36. Let's see, that's going to be 68. So here we have 74 plus 36. So that's 80. So we have 110 hit points as a wizard at level 18. Sure, we don't have a straight up good armor class, but you know what? We're a wizard. Who cares? We're a wizard with damage mitigation on our race, on our class, and damage mitigation through our illusion spells. Now we're going to bring this over here. Spellcasting ability is intelligence. We have an 18 to resist and a +10 to hit. Wizard spells prepared equals our wizard level of 18 plus our intelligence modifier of 4. So we can prepare 22 spells. I've been addicted to WoW Classic for the past couple days, but I've been working and doing karaoke mostly. Starting to get back into D&D due to WoW, though. I'm glad that spark is ignited, Rogue, and I do hope you get into it. You're feeling creative. You're feeling like a storyteller. That's awesome. And you know, anytime you go live, you're welcome to share that with us too. I want to give everyone a boost, a platform if I can. All right, so we have improved minor illusion. giving us minor illusion. Then we have 5 cantrips otherwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Our slots are 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1, and 1. Your friends are taking break from D&D, so you haven't played in ages? Oh, well, hey, Textbook, I'm glad you found us. Because we do normally play on Tuesdays. And we then run workshops Wednesday through Saturday, where we'll focus on a theme, we'll study a supplement, and we'll generate content. We'll make characters, we'll make settings, we'll make maps and dungeons, and we'll make adventure outlines, and it's very engaging. You're very welcome, Rogue. Now, being a wizard, at first level you have a spell book containing 6 first level wizard spells of your choice. So at level 1, we're going to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, lethality. I want to ask you, because this is a character for your one-shot. Would you like me to distribute the 2 spells per level as normal, and then the player can purchase additional spells out of their money? Or, because technically this wizard could know every wizard spell. So tell me how you want me to engage with this beyond the 2 spells per level. Because, of course, then at level 2, you get 2 spells. At level 3, you get 2 spells. Now, I'm putting them both in the next slot because you can cast level 2 spells at character level, at wizard level 3. But if you wanted, you could go back and put a level 3 here and a level 3 here. You could split it as you see fit. Yeah, Textbook, hey, you're sitting at a table in a game store. I run the channel like I run my shop, and 2 per level, and I'll let the player buy extra ones. Well, in that case, maybe I will just go all random for the spells, because if they want special illusion spells, then the player can buy some extra stuff. Because I don't want to get into the minutia of the gear, or in this case, the minutia of the spells. I think will determine the core spells. But, you know, having that be extra gear, like upgrading armor or a weapon or something. So then here we have 4 and 4. 5, 5, 6, 6. 7, 7, 8, 8. 9, 9. 10, 10. 11, 11. 12, 12. 13, 13. 14, 14. Oh, did I... Oh, nope, it's still... because that should be 14, 15, 6... that should bring me to 18. Never mind. That's what I get for... Here I'm thinking I'm like the other spellcasters, and wizards are clearly the superior spellcasters. Shh, don't tell anyone I said that. That could ruffle some feathers. It's like saying that rogues are actually the best tanks in 5th Ed. And if you don't believe me, well, you don't have to. Hi, ma'am. Whoops. Oh, yeah, I know you're perfectly blocking my view. Thank you. Bye. The best tank is clearly the Warlock. What are you talking about? Oh, my. Well, it seems like we're going to have a rogue Warlock tank off. We're just going to both sit here and wait for each other to do something. Them's fighting words. Textbook is saying the best tank is the sorcerer. Oh my. The best tank is an actual tank, says O'Sheeps. All right, so we have this here, and now we're gonna have some fun. Let's roll which spells our wizard gets. And you know, for many of you, you might say that's crazy. Who would do this? Well, you know what? I think it's a good roleplay challenge when the majority of your spells are not ones that you pick. Because again, you have natural biases. I get that. We're naturally drawn to magic missile. We're naturally drawn to you know, fireball or invisibility or something along those lines. Well, let's find out what we have. Now, there are more spells also. So I guess to be fair, I'm going to open up Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Because we're going to go and determine... let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Feats. Magic items. Spells. 147. And so wizard spells. We have some spells here. And so I will just we can go odds or evens and just determine where the spell is from in this regard. So we need 5d4. Odds is Player's Handbook, evens is Xanathar's Guide. Odds. Okay, so all of these are going to be from the Player's Handbook. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 that are going to be... 5 are going to be from Xanathar's Guide. Okay. Now 44. 3 are from Xanathar's. And 1 is from the Player's Handbook. Although I guess in order. Well, yeah, it would be the last one anyway. Going back to that last one then. So that was PHB, PHB. I guess it ultimately won't really matter. I don't think it'll ultimately matter. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually 7, 8. Oh, that was 8d4. Okay. So let's roll again. 4, 4, 1, 1. So these are PHBs. 4, 1, 1, 2. So we have 2 PHBs. This is statistical. Same. One, 2, 1, 3. Only 1 in this case. These are all PHBs. 2, 3, 4, 4. Only 1 is a Player's Handbook. And then another one. 3, 1, 3, 3. All are Player's Handbooks for level 9 spells. Oops. Could I explain multi-classing to you? Yeah, PV. Odds are player's handbook. Evens were Xanathar's guide. Alright, so while I have Xanathar's guide open, let's fill this in here. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 6 first level spells. So really, I'm going to roll a d6, and this is the one we're not taking. We're not taking absorb elements. Alright, so that means that we are getting catapult, cause fear, earth tremor, ice knife, and snare. And I've replaced one cat with another. Lethality, do you need me to label the sources of the spells? Or do you want me to just put the name down and that's good? Now for level 2 spells, name is fine? Okay. Our level 2 spells, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we're getting 3 of them. So on an 11-sided die, I need 3 results. 11, 7, and 1. So we have Agonazar's Scorcher. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pyrotechnics. And Warding Wind. Level 3 spells, we need 2 of them. Oh, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 12. So I need 2d12. 9 and 11. So if that's 12, that's 11. Wall of Sand and Tidal Wave. These are really good battlefield controlling spells. This actually works very well for a soldier. Now, in the next level and 4th level spells, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-sided die. Whoop. A 7-sided die, and we need 2 of them. 4 and 2. Elemental Bane and Storm Sphere. Hey, stop it. Please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And I need 2 of them. 4 and 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Enervation. And Transmute Rock. Sixth level, I need 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need, on a D9, I need 3 numbers. 3, 7, and 7. Well, all right, so let's fill in the first 2. 1, 2. Investiture of Ice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Scatter. And roll once more. Another 3. Wow, we really want these spells. Another 3. We super want Investiture of Ice. We have a very icy person. There's a 9. Alright, and so Wall of Light. Seventh level spells are all players' handbook. 8th level spells, we need 3. I'm going to roll a d4, and this is the one that we're not getting. We're not getting number 4, which is Mighty Fortress. So we have Abi Dalzim's Horrid Wilting, Illusory Dragon, and Maddening Darkness. And then all of our 9th level spells are Player's Handbook. So now we're going to come back here. Oh, whoops. Oh, was I, So that was Investiture of Ice. That was 3, 7, and then... Thank you. And then, so 9 would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tensor's Transformation. Sorry about that. Thank you for the catch. Abi Dalzim! Trust a Flump knows. Alright, now, over here, our cantrips are all from the Player's Handbook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 16 different cantrips. So I'm going to make a 16-sided die, and I'm going to roll 5 of them. 9, 2, 5, 14, and 6. Let's move this. I'm going to move this over here for an easier reference. So, 9, 2, 5, 14, and 6. Number 2 is Blade Ward. 2, 3, 4, 5 is Firebolt. 6 is Friends. 7, 8, 9 is Mending. And 14. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14 is Ray of Frost. We were an icy person, weren't we? Yeah, we just get Minor Illusion from being an illusion wizard. In fact, we get an improved version of it. That war banner can get torn. You got to repair yourself out in the field, especially if you're sent out as a distraction. A lot of this is really good for exactly this type of person that we have. This is super uncanny how well all this is working for this kind of a utilitarian soldier. All right, now level 1 spells. We get 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. There are 30 level 1 spells. And we're going to get to roll 3 of them. 26 and 26. Well then. So, 26 and 26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 comprehend languages. $30, 29, 28, 27. 26 is Tasha's Hideous Laughter. $25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Magic Missile. Oh my. Now we get 1 out of the second level spells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. And we need 1. Number 1 it is. We get Alter Self. Hey, that comes in handy if you're behind enemy lines. I know we tried to break away and ended up with the tried and true magic missile. But at least we took Blade Ward. I don't think that's a very commonly used cantrip. Could just be my personal feeling that I don't see it that often. All right, we are getting 2 level 3 spells. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. We're going to make a 29-sided die. And, by the way, so you can see what I'm rolling. 29-sided die, and we're rolling 2 of them. 16 and 22. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Lightning Bolt. And 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And remove Curse. Now, 4th level spells. We get 2 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. A 23-sided die, and we're rolling for 2. 5 and 7. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Conjure Minor Elementals and Dimension Door. Fifth level spells. We get 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23. Hey, we'll do this again. 23 and 18. All right. 23 and 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Scrying. 19, 20, 20. Oh, and 23. And Wall of Stone. We get 1 6th level spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I get to roll a d20. Yay. A 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Disintegrate. Ooh. Now, level 7 spells, we're getting 4 out of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15-sided die, and we're rolling 4. 5, 1, 9, 12. 5, 1, 9, 12. Delayed Blast Fireball. Two, 3, 4. Mirage Arcane. There we go. Nice illusion. Six, 7, 8, 9 is Prismatic Spray. 10, 11, 12 is Sequester. Next up, our 8th level spell. We get 1 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Whoops, I didn't need 4 of them, I needed 1. So the first number we rolled is 2, so I'm going to take antipathy and sympathy. And also, Donnie Sorrow, hey, welcome, welcome. And lastly, level 9 spells. We're getting all 4 from this list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to roll 4 12-sided die. 9, 12, 5, 4. 9, 12, 5, 4. 4 is imprisonment. 5 is meteor swarm. 12 is wish. And 9 is time stop. All right, we have the spell list for our wizard, for our illusionist wizard. Short of a winter storm, I'd say this character is pretty well set. Yeah. We are finishing up the first character we generated. And so, I mean, this isn't necessarily like an optimized illusionist. However, the player can buy some gear and can buy some extra spells. However, this is what they're given to begin with. I honestly think this is it's a wide variety of different spells. Can someone cast imprisonment on me? I just started a new semester and I'd rather just sleep through it. No, textbook. Look, persevere, get your degree, whatever you're pursuing. And you may want to sleep now, but oh, it'll be so much better afterwards. And from this list alone, we can prepare 22 spells. And, I mean, I could go through and I'll do all the verbals and whatever. And maybe to fix stuff up and make it look all nice for you, I'll do that off camera. Lethality. But I think we have a solid first character. We have someone who had faced tragic loss in their past, which wasn't that long ago. We have a 13-year-old kid. He lost a lot and was taken in by these mercenaries and learned magic through this tapestry that he'd carry. And part of this then for this mercenary squad was to create distractions, was to create illusions, so that the main force, which may be lesser in number, could appear bigger, more threatening, or to divert maybe elite units away. And we have an extremely survivable wizard. I mean, who needs armor? You don't even need mage armor. I mean, hopefully whoever plays this character doesn't buy mage armor. I think you could play this character without it. So what you have at 9 armor class? You have hit points for days, especially for a wizard, and with illusion magic, depending on how you use it. Even the cantrip. I'm not even talking about the one that splits you up into 3 different people. That's a good one too. Minor illusion. With the improved minor illusion, you get sound and sight. You can do so much, and then you get sound and sight on 3 different things that you can have juggling, let alone anything else. And you know, or you can hide behind something that not necessarily through dex and stealth, but just by hiding yourself, and use catapult and fling branches and rocks and whatever at people if you want. This is an awesome character who's learned to survive, is very selfish, maybe even kind of bitter, you know, has these memories of a dark force of some kind, and is willing to step up to him even though they make him pee himself a little bit. Yeah, pardon. So Cold Spark, we rolled a 13-year-old, and a way that you can say that this had happened was he learned from the tapestry that he's holding, which isn't just like a banner saying the whatever the company, you know, or the mercenary group of the whomevers. This tapestry is the spell book because it has these events on the tapestry, And so to learn, it's not it's a spell book in so much that the character mechanically needs to reference material that could be stolen or destroyed. And so the tapestry can reflect that, but the quarterstaff is nothing more than the pole upon which he normally carries the standard. The standard, when taken down, folds and is the spell book, and as he goes through the like origami folds, learns the spells by seeing the characters act out the situations, the spells that are on this tapestry of war. And so we do have a wizard, but not in the traditional sense that this 13-year-old had gone to college, or we were kind of talking about that in chat. This magic could just have flowed into him and strengthened him. The knowledge that he gleaned accelerated his body. And so, yes, he is 13 and will make decisions, especially selfish decisions, as a teenager. But we don't have the classic, kind of blue cap with stars and it's pointy and whatever. And of course, I mean, you inherit the spells you get from the banner. And apparently, these are all reflections of battles that have been fought before by this company. And so he learns by reading the spells of the past people who've held it and even contributed to it. We have the other side of war magic. There you go. So we don't have a Cormyrean war flump, but we do have a... we don't have someone who studied, but we have someone who just learned by watching. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like those internet clickbait banners. Learn this 23-year-old secret. War mages hate him. Or yeah, this 13. War mages hate him. Click here. Low AC, but this person can take a hit to maintain concentration, has hit points for days, and avoidance for days because of the magic. AC is absolutely unnecessary for a wizard like this. Now, in concept, whoever pilots this character is going to have to realize that this person doesn't do AC. Now, they can take hits and be attacked, but, don't bother with mage armor. Don't bother with shield. Those are garbo spells for you. There are a lot better spells that you can use proactively even to avoid damage, to mitigate damage, or even to vastly accelerate the things that you have going for you. And I would like to point out, our wizard has a 15 athletics. All right, let's get up and take a break, everyone. And when we come... Oh, by the way, I need a name. If any of you want to propose names while I'm up, I'm going to take a 10-minute break to stretch, get something to eat, something to drink. And when we come back, we're going to make character number 2. And of course, if any of you want to pull gacha capsules or pop boxes, that in-between time is good for that as well.